What is going on, Thumbthumbs? This is Thumbbrother2, and I am back for week 3 of the PGL. Salt Lake City Swampers are going to be taking on Coach Rattata and the Kakuna Rattatas. So if you guys are excited for this team builder as I break down Rattata's team and what I think he's going to be bringing, and I then go over my team, definitely leave a like down below. Sorry if my voice is off and it seems like I'm having a hard time talking. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, and I just woke up and I battle Rattata in like 50 minutes, so I need to get this recorded. But nonetheless, like I said, leave a like down below. Let's just go ahead and just jump right into it. He has a very, very powerful team. I'm not gonna lie, very powerful team. Lots of bulk and lots of wall breakers. Starting things off, he has that Mega Alakazam. Mega Alakazam is just so cool in the fact that it, I believe it has a base 150 speed, so it definitely can outspeed pretty much everything on our team regardless, and even getting Scarfers will barely be able to reach it unless I scarf something like Tornadus or something over base 100. That's really pretty much the only way I can guarantee to outspeed this thing. However, the big thing that I'm worried about is its traceability. Trace allowing it, of course, to trace any ability that that we have, and spoiler alert, I'm going to be bringing rain this week, so if he gets Swift Swim in the rain, he is literally going to be base 300 speed. And that's something I don't want. On top of that, he can go for things like Psychic, Psyshock, Energy Ball. I believe he gets Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast. I think it's Dazzling Gleam. Shadow Ball, of course. If this thing gets up like a sub or a Calm Mind or something like that, we are definitely in trouble because it will be able to run through our house very, very easily. Very, very easily. So we got to make sure that we go on the offensive against it because it is so frail. I can't really take a hit, so hopefully we will be able to use that to our advantage. Up next is going to be Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus, the exact opposite of Mega Alakazam, being extremely slow, but also extremely bulky. It has that Mummy ability, which could come play into effect alongside of our Swift Swim if we decide to try and attack it and we use our Mega Swampert. That Mummy ability will take away our Swift Swim, so we definitely got to watch that, make sure that we are making the right plays around that thing. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to go ahead and take down Cofagrigus, in my opinion. Definitely just need a Toxic Kick, wear it down. We should be good to go from there. Other things that you could be potentially afraid of is a Trick Room set with Nasty Plot, which could be problematic. However, I definitely have a lot of slower mons on my team as well. So if Rattata does decide to bring Trick Room, definitely has to be careful that I don't counter Trick Room him at the same time. Then we have Comfey. Comfey is his Psychic type Pokemon. Very interesting fairy type. It's base 100, I know that much. Its abilities allow it to have priority healing moves, so priority Giga Drain, priority Draining Kiss, and this thing can be very, very scary. This thing, honestly, 100% walls or Kuma-O, which I think is really funny. But other than that, it's very, very standard to know what it does. It could either be a healer set or it could be a Calm Mind set. So we definitely have to figure out which one really quickly, which I'm pretty sure we can, and just hit it very, very hard, which we obviously can with our team. Up next is going to be Electros. Electros is probably one of the better ways to handle our Mega Swampert, in the fact that it does get it is an electric type, but it does get access to Levitate, and it does get access to Giga Drain. So its one and only weakness is now gone, considering it has Levitate. Unless you have a Mold Breaker Mon of some kind, which we don't have, if I recall correctly. And then Giga Drain, there's times for other things it could do. It's usually seen run Assault Vested with Volt Switcher, U-Turn, Knockoff, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. It's got a very wide move pool, so we definitely have to be careful around this thing, because this thing could honestly just sit in front of us all day, tank hits, and not worry about anything else. Up next is going to be Heatran. Heatran is very, very challenging, I'm not gonna lie. The pairing that he has alongside Tapu Bulu, giving it the grassy terrain, weakens our Earthquake and our Earthquake hits, so wanting to take advantage of that weakness, he really doesn't have to worry about much. So very problematic. I'm wanting to bet that he's going to bring either a leftover set or a shed shell set, because we do have Magnezone that has the potential to trap him and hit him super effective with the hidden power ground. So if he is that set and he does have shed shell, I'm really going to be liking that a lot, just because I specifically planned for that set in my team building. But other than that, Magma Storm to trap us, Stealth Rock, Shenanigans, Substitute, this thing can really do it all, and we have to be careful to make sure that we don't allow it to do any of that. So, because like Electros, Heatran can really just sit on the field all day, and it sucks because you can't Toxic it because it's a Steel type, and I'm sorry, I'm emotional, and I'm very tired. Very, very tired. Up next is going to be Keldeo. Keldeo is really cool, base 108 or 109 speed, I think it's 108, justified ability, very one-trick pony, so to speak, and the fact that it can only run it either offensively or specially with one set individually, and then there's a hidden power involved somewhere. Hidden power, Icy Wind, Calm Mind, I can definitely see with Hydro Pump. It just really hits our team really nicely with the hidden power Grass, so yeah, it could potentially come. However, I feel like I have enough answers on my team with 2 wonderful flying types. I can land Hurricanes 100% of the time, so I mean, it's like a 50-50 whether or not he brings it. Otherwise, I'm not too worried about it. This next mon, though, I'm very worried about. Just all the bulky mons I'm worried about. The Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck has probably one of the best typings, and I've always wanted to, always wanted to use Alolan Muck. Being able to either set up curses or that gluttony ability with the berry recycle. It's just super powerful, and my cats are going off on me right now. But no, Muck is super powerful. Also being able to get access to knock off Shadow Sneak. If it wants to, with the Poison Touch ability, it's really something there. Child, don't you dare start meowing. But I can't. Always when I hit record, everything's fine until I hit record. Then she decides that she has to get everyone's attention. Don't know why. Up next is going to be Noivern. Noivern's really cool in the fact that Scarfed, I believe it can outspeed our Mega Swampert in rain. Other than that, it's very standard for the things it can do. It can U-turn, it can Boom Burst, it can Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Draco Meteor. Very specially offensive Pokemon. Not much else I believe it can do. I've now seen a couple of opponents in past seasons of PGL run Home Claws physically offensive, which is really interesting. However, I don't see that particularly coming. I do believe a special set will come, like another Life Orb or Respect set, just because of the fact that because I am bringing rain, Hurricanes are going to be hitting extremely hard, so we definitely need to watch that because Retrosol will take advantage of that and just obliterate our team if we don't make the right calls. Up next is going to be Rhyperior, little stunty nugget joining Pokemon Go, and everyone's making a meme out of it. Rhyperior is really cool. The fact that it has Lightning Rod to prevent us from swapping out with Volt Switches. On top of that, it also has can't remember what it's called. It's an ability. Is it? Can't remember, but it lessens the power of super effective hits. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I think it's the same ability as Mega Aggron. I can't remember, but a very bulky Pokemon. It can definitely take a hit with a weakness policy and hit Rock Polish, which would be really scary but really cool to see. Other than that, this thing can set up rocks. It has access to the elemental punches as well, if I'm not mistaken. So very cool mon to see if he does bring it. However, with a rain team, I highly doubt. Next is going to be Shuckle. Shuckle I definitely see coming this week just because it does get up sticky webs, which can definitely slow down all of our rain sweepers and primarily Mega Swampert. Also, on top of that, this thing can just hazard stack all day, Toxic Stall. And yeah, I would definitely see him just bringing it just because of the sticky webs, so we definitely have to watch out for that. And just wear this thing down because really not much else that Shuckle can do, but I do see it coming just for webs and webs primarily. Then last but not least, like I said earlier, to pair wonderfully with that Heatran, And all of his ground weakness is going to be that Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu setting up the grassy terrain just weakens all my earthquakes, which sucks. And also just a bulky mon. He can run it Assault Fested. He can even run it Poison Berry this week if he really wants to, which I do potentially see. Either that or a Yachi Berry. One of the two. I'm praying for Yachi though, because this thing just really hits hard. It gets access to Horn Leech, it gets access to Mega Horn, Zen Headbutt, Superpower. Very, very, very powerful mon. If we don't watch out, this thing can honestly just sit up all day in our face if it wants to with the Swords Dance, and we are in trouble. But that's his team. The Pokemon I think he's going to be bringing, like I said, Tapu Bulu, Heatran, Shuckle. I really like that pairing all together against me. Mega Alakazam, Alolan Muck, and then potentially Electros. Just like those fit really well. Like I said, a lot of things can be swapped out for different things on my team, like the Comfey for the Komo and all that stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our team for our first pick, or like my first mon. I decided, you know what, I needed some switch potential. I needed something to hit hard, regardless of rain. Something that can just really just. It gave me some initiative, because I really think initiative was important. And so we went ahead and we are going to be bringing in X-Files, newly traded to the team, our Magnezone. X-Files is really cool. It's a Choice Scarf analytic nature this week. I mean, analytic ability this week, just because I feel like if he does decide to Choice Scarf that, the Noivern, we can hit that thing and knock it out after it hits us. So I'm really, really happy about that. We can live a Flamethrower. Got 220 in speed to go ahead and outspeed, if I'm not mistaken. That was the Bulu? I believe it was the Bulu. My sets are very, very weird this week. I'm not gonna lie. The EV distribution is very weird for very specific reasons, so my apologies. Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ground, like I said, for that. Heatran to make him think that it's Shed Shell, Flash Cannon, and then Thunder. Because I am bringing the rain, I decided to opt out Thunder instead of Thunderbolt, just so we can hit things a lot more harder. I really like this set. It's very, very powerful. I've lost to a Choice Scarf Magnezone way back in week 2 of LDL this season, so hoping that X-Files comes in handy for us this time, instead of against us. Up next, you guys, it's going to be probably one of my favorite sets this week. It's going to be Vileplume holding the Oka Berry with Effect Spore. Very cool set. Very, very cool set. This thing has enough speed on it to outspeed a speed creeping Muck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Alolan Muck. We have Strength Sap, of course, which I really like. It gives us HP back, lowers the opponent's attack. Other than that, Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb are very, very standard on it. I can hit a lot of things nicely. And then, last but not least, I have Hidden Power Ground, specifically because this thing is actually going to help us take on the Heatran. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, I think. The Tapu Bulu, this is an easy switch in. It's physically defensive. It's basically defensive to take on the Tapu Bulu. We live any hit that it sends our way, unless it's a Zen Headbutt, so knock on wood that doesn't happen. But I'm willing to bet 10 times out of 10 his best switch in is going to be that Heatran. And if that's the case, we have the Oka Berry to pop and predict on that, hit the Hidden Power Ground, which is going to be really, really nice, which will hit it for super effective damage for ×4, and then we have enough special attack in order to knock it out after grassy terrain recovery. And then the Oka Berry allows us to live 1 hit, even if it's Specs or Modest Max Attack. Yeah, Modest Max Attack, Magma Storm, hit it for super effective damage again, and I like it. I like this set a lot. It helps with the Keldeo completely. It helps with the Bulu. It's one of my main answers to Heatran. It's such a cool mon. Such a cool mon. The mon that really just sits in front of this all day is going to be the Alolan Muck aforementioned. So definitely have to be careful with that. But no, I really like this set. Shout out to the main man, Marty, the Lazy Ghost, for helping me out with this set. We built quite a long time at the beginning of the week, so I'm very, very thankful for that. Up next, you guys, it's going to be our Miltank 2%, who is going to be a specially defensive set this week. Just was looking around thinking, you know, what can really help me with some of these special defensive mons. And he does have with Alakazam, with Noivern, the Electros if it wants to be that way, and I really liked 2%. I really like Miltank. So we have the Thick Fat, specifically for that Heatran. We eat hits up all day. We don't have to worry about anything too much from the Keldeo unless he wants to go for the Sacred Sword or Secret Sword. I can't remember which one it is for the special. With Seismic Toss, Toxic Heal Bell Milk Drink. The reason why I am running Seismic Toss is just it's guaranteed damage, 50 points of damage every single time. If the Kakuna wants to come in, I can easily Toxic Kick and then Heal Bell the next turn, and then Milk Drink for longevity. I really like this set. It keeps my mons healthy as well if something wants to be burned by a Will-O-Wisp as well from the Heatran. So really fun set. And if he wants to, Richard's has to land a Focus Blast against us in order to take us out. I can just go ahead and Toxic it or just hit it for some damage with Seismic Toss. So I'm really happy with this set. Just something to help balance everything out alongside Vileplume. And it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of the team. The nitty-gritty to help break down like the full trade and the full settlement of the team. We, of course, have Armstrong, our Mega Swampert, coming in, you guys. Such a fun set. Such a fun set. With a naughty nature to up its attack, lower its special defense, because I am running Sludge Wave on this thing, primarily for, pardon me, that Tapu Bulu. Swift Swim, of course, doubles our speed. We have enough speed, guaranteed to outspeed a timid Alakazam. So hopefully we'll be able to hit it before it takes our Swift Swim, which I really like. But Sludge Wave allows us to allows us to one-shot the Tapu Bulu outside of an Assault Vest set. Instead of having Ice Punch. Ice Punch would have been really nice for the Noivern, however, I'm okay taking a hit and then hitting it twice with Waterfall. Waterfall, Earthquake are the standard other moves that's going to come with it. We have to watch out Waterfalling the Kakuna, like I said earlier, but even Earthquake still does a decent amount of damage to the Heatran, does a decent amount of damage to the Alolan Muck. But the other thing I have on here is Power Up Punch. I can go ahead, get a +1, and we pretty much run house on his team. I think, yeah, I think even after all that, getting to a +1 or even a +2, we completely sweep under Rain, which is really nice. We have to play it careful, though. You have to play it careful for Will-O-Wisps and Mummy abilities coming at us, so definitely have to be careful there. However, this is a very strong set. I'm very happy that I'm running Sludge Wave over Ice Punch for the potential Yachi Berry that I do see on Tapu Bulu coming. Once again, shout out to Marty. But yeah, I like this set a lot. Love this set. And then to help with that Rain, of course, you cannot forget the one and only the Little Nexus, the Pelipper, holding the Damp Rock to guarantee us 8 turns of Rain. We have Defog on there just to guarantee that we can get rocks away, or not rocks, Sticky Webs, because I do believe that he is going to be bringing it with U-Turn for more initiative alongside the Magnezone. Hurricane hits very powerful, and then Hydro Pump as well, because why not? Let's go for broke with this set. I was conflicted whether or not to bring Defog and then bring Tornadus alongside of it with Defog as well. However, just playing around with a couple things, I was thinking about Soak for the Alolan Muck, just so we can start hitting it a different way, because Muck really just sat in front of my team and I didn't want to do that, so I opted for this set. We have 116 in speed. I believe this Modest Nature, 116 in speed allows us to, let's see, if I'm not mistaken, it allows us to outspeed a speed creeping Tapu Bulu on one of our mons. So here's hoping he could really run a defensive set with Tapu Bulu, with Substitute and all that, really eat up hits. If he does decide to do that, I do see potential speed creeping happening. And so 252 special attack, 140 in HP, so really fun set. Like I said, guarantees us our rain for our Mega Swampert and our Thunder for our X-Files. So, yeah, just very, very standard. Very, very standard, just the EVs were played around with a little bit. And last but not least, of all things to bring on a rain team, I'm going to go ahead and bring a fire type. Baconator is here, you guys. Baconator is the secret, wonderful tech that we have this week. Pardon me. Adamant Nature, of course, with Flare Blitz, Poison Jab, Earthquake, Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch guarantees knockout with, guarantees a knockout with Mega Alakazam if it goes for a move every single time. Yeah, even with some HP investment on a speed creep to my next fastest mon, which I believe is the Tornadus. So really, really like that. We're running Groundium Z because it's like getting around the grassy terrain was very, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, and the way around it is just to power through it with some broken Z moves. Seriously, Groundium Z, Earthquake, Tectonic Rage is not affected by the grassy terrain. Believe me, I looked it up. I've calced it. It's kind of stupid and broken. So we're going to take advantage of that. Groundium Z, of course, allows us to hit the Rhyperior, the Muck, the Heatran, just everything besides the Levitators in Noivern and Electros wonderfully well. I really, really like it. Poison Jab primarily for that Tapu Bulu, of course, and Flare Blitz when I can. I doubt I'm going to be clicking Flare Blitz at all this match, unless, because rain is going to be up for quite some time. So, very, very fun set. I really, really like it. 252 in attack, 100 speed at C65. That would guarantee us to outspeed Tapu Bulu on that speed creep again, if I'm not mistaken. So, really, really like that. But that's going to be our team. Let me know what you guys think about the team down in the comments below. I have about 30 more minutes to grab my team from Jetman99 and get prepared to battle Retrosol. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you are new here, you're coming from Retrosol's side, definitely leave a like, subscribe, so I try and post Pokemon content like this all the time. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Thumbbrother2, and I'll see you in the next one.